Now on Good Morning Northwest, dangerous dust, power outages, and fires. Yesterday's high winds made a major impact on our region. We're taking a look at how things stand this morning.
Well, much calmer and also much cooler today. We see warmer conditions. When that is and how warm it will be coming your way.
And over the weekend, Helene traveled up the coast, leaving massive devastation in her path. Hannah Joy is taking a look at some of that damage. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Monday, September 30th. Welcome to your last day of September. Robin has the morning off. Let's check in with Mark Peterson here for a look at our first alert forecast. Last day before we head into October.
And it feels more like the end of October than the end of September. Sitting at 35, we're above freezing now. Coeur d'Alene at 34 degrees. And again, we've got a clear sky, clear across the board. Here's a look at the 4 things you need to know. Possible frost out there in some areas, so be aware. Warmer after today. We have a week ahead that's going to be very dry, really no chance of rain, and more sunshine today and throughout the week. It's looking pretty good. Radar and satellite, yeah, not much to see. It's sort of a pouring image, sort of like when the power was out yesterday and the TV was just dark all day long. So we'll see a continuation of relatively clear skies today. It's 26 degrees in Deer Park. It's 27 in Cheney. Make sure the kids are dressed up. And, of course, as we get into the valley, temperatures hovering around 40. So it's still cool, but just not as cold. So bring the coats out. Today, we will warm up. We're going to be into the mid-50s by midday. And our high today is going to be a below average and a cool 62 degrees, thankfully, without the wind.
Well, Mark, thanks. And the seasons are changing here in the inland Northwest, but when it comes to that wildfire danger, we're not out of the woods just yet. Yesterday's windstorm was a great reminder of that. Now, Interim Chief Nathan Jeffries of Spokane County Fire District 9 tells us that those cold fronts move into our area near the end of summer, and it creates high wind events, amplifying that fire danger. Plus, during the fall, after a long, dry summer, it's not until substantial, frequent rain that we can finally say the fire season is over.
If we do get any fire on the ground right now in these winds, it will behave like it's the middle of summer and 100 degrees, just with the wind and the really, really low relative humidities.
So Chief Jeffries' team is ready to fight the flames at a moment's notice on windy days there. Now keeping their bulldozer ready to go if that call does come in. On days like yesterday, Jeffries says to hold off starting a fire even if you think it's controllable. And amid that windstorm yesterday, a fire did spark near Otis Orchards. It started north of Towin on Malvern Road and Joseph Avenue. The Spokane Valley Fire Department did stop the fire. It had burned around 5 to 7 acres. Now, thankfully, no structures were lost or damaged. And we have been keeping an eye on the Goosemas fire. That's still burning between Big Goosemas Road and Danville in Ferry County. It started on Wednesday of last week and has burned more than 1,700 acres. Crews have that fire completely lined. Well, after slamming into the southeast over the weekend, this morning, the effects of Hurricane Helene are still being felt in several states. Hannah Joy is at the Breaking Now desk for us this morning. And Hannah, the governor of North Carolina, Roy Cooper, calls the crisis in his state an unprecedented tragedy. What can you tell us about the aftermath?
Helene has killed at least 95 people in the southeast. In North Carolina, parts of the city are cut off with roads and bridges washed away. This morning, rescue teams in North Carolina are searching for the missing.
People are desperate for help, and we are pushing to get it to them. A massive effort. Many people are cut off because roads are impassable. They don't have power or communications. Please know that we are sending resources.
41 people have been rescued in one mission north of Asheville.
We also rescued an infant and were able to take that infant directly to the hospital for care.
Meanwhile, Hot Springs and Marshall, 2 mountain towns in North Carolina, both destroyed.
I saw this, I broke out in tears, man.
Just takes my breath away. You know, it's been here for so long.
Business owner watched the storm take over.
We watched it from the edges happen. Watched the water come push through these walls, take out buildings and move them entire areas over.
Even City Hall in Hot Springs experienced a hard hit.
Holes in the floors of buildings. City Hall, the floor it's buckled. Just all the buildings up and down this street are just destroyed.
In other parts of the city, there is no cell service.
Men came out to our neighborhood. They said we're not going to have electricity for another 2 to 3 days.
Yesterday in Perry, Florida, people say they are praying for relief. However, President Joe Biden says his FEMA advisors are on the ground in Florida. The White House says Biden plans to travel to the hurricane zone this week. So far, he has approved federal resources to help states with recovery efforts. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
That devastation is just horrible. All right, thanks, Hannah. Well, 29 City of Spokane employees received notice that they could be laid off. Mayor Lisa Brown's office saying that these are not official terminations, but advance notice that their positions may be eliminated. The city says there are multiple factors that will determine if these people get laid off. That includes the outcome of union negotiations, if the proposed community safety sales tax is approved, and the city's final budget, which is set to be approved by the city council at the end of the year. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:06. Mark Peterson is tracking your forecast as you're heading out the door this morning. You might want to go into your closet, grab that jacket for you and the kids.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe even the Chihuahua.
Yeah.
We've got temperatures in the 30s as they're heading out to walk to school or wait for the bus. That's chilly. I don't get it. Look at this beautiful sky. And that's what we have. Clear and cold. Your full forecast is still coming up.
Construction season is not over just yet. We're sharing the slowdowns you will expect on your morning commute coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
And still to come here on Good Morning Northwest, 30,000 Boeing machinists are still striking. An update on negotiations when we return.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Tuesday night, watch the vice presidential debate live on ABC.
Attention high school sports fans. Your school could be featured on 4 News Now Game of the Week. Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite game, and your team could be the featured game on Friday Night Sports Extra. 4 News Now Game of the Week. Brought to you by BECU.
Take a journey through the magical stories of Frozen 2, Aladdin, and more at Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. Coming to Spokane Arena October 18th through 20th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
You're ready for a solution to tooth loss, but dentures disappoint and expensive implants aren't for you. A breakthrough option is here. ClearChoice, the #1 provider of fixed full-arch dental implants in the USA, now provides implant dentures that combine the durability and security of implants with the affordability of dentures in an easy, convenient process. Confidently eat the foods you love. A permanent, more secure answer to tooth loss is within reach. Implant dentures, now from ClearChoice. Call or go online to make your appointment today.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good.
Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in. That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara,
Ginger.
4 News Now and ABC World News Tonight.
Delivering reliable information in uncertain times.
Facing what divides us.
Celebrating what unites us. What matters to you is our first priority.
That is our legacy of trust.
And our commitment to truth. Now, more than ever, knowing where to turn for news is crucial. Turn to ABC World News Tonight with David Muir. And 4 News Now with Derek Dice and Kirsten O'Connor. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Welcome back. The time is now 6:09, and here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. By this time tomorrow, thousands of dock workers could be on the picket lines. 45,000 dock workers are threatening to strike at midnight, stopping operations at 14 ports along the East and Gulf Coast. Now, the two sides in this dispute have not met since June, and as of now, no talks are scheduled. A walkout could send the nation's supply chain into chaos. President Joe Biden has the power to stop it, but says he won't do it. Instead, urging both sides to negotiate fairly and quickly. And there's no end in sight for a strike already underway. Talks between Boeing and the union representing more than 30,000 machinists have broken off. The union is demanding a better pay raise and stepped up retirement benefits. Vice President Harris is in Las Vegas, and she was there last night, touting her plan to support small businesses. She's also pushing a proposal to lower housing prices, providing down payment assistance to first-time homebuyers. Meanwhile, former President Trump attacking the Biden administration's border policy. He's also ramping up personal attacks on Harris, referring to her as mentally impaired. An Israeli airstrike hit the Lebanese capital Beirut's central Kola district early today. Witnesses say the strike hit the upper floor of an apartment building. Palestinian militant group Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine says 3 of its leaders were killed. There's no immediate comment from Israel's military. The Lebanese government says 1,000 people have been killed in the past 2 weeks, and a fifth of the population have fled their homes.
Our Monday morning 10-second takeaway, sunny and cool today, much different than yesterday. Bless you, took up part of my 10 seconds. Warm layer shades and 62 for the high today.
Well, that impending port strike that we just told you about could choke off many popular products, including chocolate, alcohol, and popular fruits like bananas and cherries. Businesses have been watching the strike deadline, and many are doing what they can to prepare for a shutdown. On top of that, it could mean higher prices for the goods that are available, but don't worry, most retailers have already stocked up about 70% of their anticipated holiday products by this time this year, so holiday shopping is not expected to be affected. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:12. It's sure going to feel like fall this week, but construction season that we typically see in the summer is not over yet. Allison Martinez is live to explain where drivers will still have slowdowns on their morning commutes and for how long. That's next.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today, we honor Sindhu Sarapanini. She created a nonprofit that inspires youth to accept who they are by empowering self-confidence and growth.
Sindhu is an active leader in her community, teaching art and dance, raising funds for nonprofits, and serving over 1,000 volunteer hours.
As I got older, I realized that I have the ability to help make a change, so that's why I'm doing this.
Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
When a loved one gets sick, it's usually women
who have to leave their jobs to care for them.
Now, I-2124 would take long-term care benefits away from millions of families,
forcing them onto private insurance that charges women 70% more than men,
and denies coverage for people with pre-existing conditions.
So vote no.
Because our loved ones can't afford to lose their long-term care benefits.
And neither can we.
Discover fall in Coeur d'Alene. Experience the hidden treasure of autumn in our serene lakeside town. As the lively energy of summer subsides, the town embraces the tranquility of fall. Guests can unwind and find solace by the glistening lake. See for yourself why fall is Coeur d'Alene's best kept secret. Book your fall foliage lake cruise overnight package now and make memories that will warm your heart for years to come.
Showtime.
Oh, I see you brought your baby to a crime scene.
Got a dead body, gotta go. I am ready to find the next love of my life.
Doctor, it's your job to keep everyone alive. You're gonna be okay.
Amanda was lying.
Why would somebody fake cancer?
What's with all the pomp and circumstance?
That's the one thing you don't want to miss.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. The time is now 6:15. As you head out the door this morning, you're definitely going to feel it. Summer is over. And soon, construction season will be too. But right now, there's still a few projects that are continuing those slowdowns for drivers across our town. And 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live in downtown Spokane to give us an update on the biggest construction headaches that we're still feeling out there. I know a lot of people are wondering. Good morning, Allison.
Yes, good morning. Behind me, you can see one of those projects that is still in the works right now. Today, I'm joined with Kirsten Davis, Communications Manager for the City of Spokane. Thank you so much for being with us. What's going on? What's the update for the Washington-Stevens corridor?
Right. The Washington-Stevens corridor is definitely one of our largest projects this year and takes the entire construction season. A combination of bridge work, which, we got in there and there's a little bit more repair that needed to happen than we thought and required some more material, different things like that. But the concrete's been laid. It's curing. That's all good. So we are expecting maybe one southbound lane opening in the next, possibly next week.
Amazing.
And then having pretty much the full corridor travelable, able to travel here by mid-October to the end of October. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that update. I know that's a big question mark on a lot of people's minds, so it's great to hear about the progress there. Another big kind of slowdown for people right now is Cheney Spokane Road. That's been in the works for a bit here. What's the latest on that?
Right, so we were able to open up Cheney Spokane Road up from the retail area up to Qualchin Drive. So that gives people just a little bit more relief in terms of getting out of that Eagle Ridge neighborhood. And so then the next leg will be between Qualchin Drive and Cedar Road. We think that'll happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
So very quickly here. That's great to hear. Now, for construction season as a whole, I know that you've had a lot of successes so far, a lot of projects, big projects that are finished. What are some of those that you can shout out that are done at this point?
Yeah, some of those are things that people don't necessarily think of, that as a driver you might not notice. But we have 3 water tanks under construction this year, which has really never happened in the history. So increasing and keeping up with our water capacity and delivery in the city is super important. Pedestrian beacons. So you may have noticed on Division Street those really nice, very well lit pedestrian lights so people can cross safely, and then those curb ramps for people to use along the street. So those are some of those things that get unnoticed, but they take they take time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We're so glad to get an update on that for this morning. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
I'm sure it's an update a lot of people are looking forward to here. Thanks so much, Allison. And a heads up to drivers in Ponderay County. You may need to anticipate some delays on your commute today. These delays are happening on Lost Creek Bridge on State Route 20, about 5 miles south of Tiger. WashDOT will be making repairs to the bridge, so lanes will be closed and temporary traffic signals will be placed at each end starting at 10 a.m. This construction is expected to go until Friday, October 11th. Be patient out there. We're almost to the end of construction season. We're getting through it one day at a time.
Just really waiting for Bigelow Gulch. Got another month or more on that, and then it should open, and it's going to make me very happy.
All crossing our fingers.
All right. Yesterday, you may have heard, there was a dust storm. Traffic stopped in around Ritzville, telling everyone to pull over and be safe. We have a few pictures that, again, demonstrate just how bad it can get. So this, you've got decent visibility there, but short-lived, as when they went through there, it became down to 0, and we had some pictures again from that. So here's the set. Oh, you can see there. And Don Gregg with Ace Hardware sent me this picture coming back from Seattle, and this was before it became impassable just a couple minutes after that. All right, so we show that this dust, such a big amount of a plume that it literally fired up on satellite, and we can see it draping across. So we just got really just a small part of that dust, and yet it was all over the place. Today, it's going to be sunny, cool. We've got most of the dust out of the region. The air quality is good. We're sitting at 62 degrees. Winds are light, and that's going to be the trend today. Winds to 10 miles an hour potentially. 41 for the overnight low, clear and cool. And again, those light winds, so we're not going to see a lot of movement there. And there's going to be some areas that are in the 30s. We have areas in the 20s right now, sitting at 28 into Colville, 35 into Spokane. But Deer Park and Cheney are both below freezing, so you want to make sure you're ready for that. Ritzville at 31 degrees. All right, Helene, what the remnants continue to make their way north all the way to New England. We've got monsoonal moisture into the Four Corners area. And we're also going to see some, again, subtropical moisture coming into the Gulf Coast. And it's just going to be wet weather, not severe storms. For us, we continue to see a fairly clear sky. Things are moving across out of Montana into the Dakotas. That's where the front is now. So we look at the forecast radar, relatively clear. We're not going to see a lot of cloud cover. We're going to see a little bit more on Tuesday. That's going to be for Tuesday afternoon. All the while, some rain coming into parts of Montana. We're going to remain dry again. Clearing and cool overnight Wednesday, and then a few more clouds there. 62 will be our high today. We'll see that into Coeur d'Alene. Bonners Ferry, you're at 63. Wenatchee at 67. So everybody is cool. And in fact, we might not even see 70 out of the LC Valley and 67 into the Tri-Cities. Planning forecast. Plan on warmer weather tomorrow. It's going to be 71. 67 Wednesday and Thursday. So that's about average for this time of year. And then we get to an above average weekend for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's going to be the great news. Things are really going to be nice for those to get ready for the real cold air that's going to come. You know, the timing, it'll be interesting, but we'll see what happens. I hope you're having a great start to your day. It's time now for our Pet of the Week.
This handsome 15-year-old cat was abandoned on our doorstep over 4 months ago. We call him Pinky. Friendly and loves a good chin scratch, Pinky would make a great companion for anyone looking for an older addition to their family. His long white whiskers are very impressive. If you think Pinky would be the perfect fit, stop by and meet him. Companions Animal Centers opens at noon on Tuesday through Sundays. Or you can visit our website at companionsanimalcenter.org for more information on all the animals that are available for adoption.
Someone go get Pinky. He looks so sweet. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:22. The Seahawks look to remain undefeated as they take on the Detroit Lions tonight in Monday Night Football. But tonight's game doesn't come without setbacks for the Seahawks, as they'll be missing a few of their key players on the defensive side of the ball. We'll tell you what you need to know before tonight's game. That's coming up next in Morning Sports. Thanks so much for waking up with us today. Take a look at this gorgeous sunrise outside. What a beautiful start to our week. We'll see you right after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Looks like you need some kind of quick payment to settle this whole mess.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to those one call that's all guys.
We want to make sure you're actually taken care of after an accident like this.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time. Our trucks are rolling warehouses, so we can get you back up and running fast. Need a new door? We do that too. And right now, get a new garage door, Wi-Fi opener, and remote combo installed for as low as $34 per month and up to $500 in cashback savings. Call or book online today.
I want you to know where I stand on abortion.
Where Dave Reichert stands is clear. He spent over a decade working to take away abortion rights. In Congress, Reichert repeatedly voted for a national abortion ban and against exceptions, and time after time voted to defund Planned Parenthood. Now Reichert says as governor, he'll work toward unraveling protections for abortion access here. Reichert is really wrong for Washington.
Introducing permanent year-round outdoor lighting. and electric.
Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
Seahawks Lions on ABC. Time for a little inspiration. Hang on. Nothing more inspirational than the rise of the reigning NFC North champs. The pride of Motown. Lion-hearted Silver Crush, baby. Taking on DK and the new legion of... Have I been talking to myself the whole time? Decaf. Maybe switch to decaf.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. The Seahawks take their undefeated record into Detroit to take on the Lions for Monday Night Football. Now, it's been an up and down week for the Seattle Seahawks on the injury front. 4 of their top defensive players will not play. Linebackers Uchenna Nwosu and Boye Mafe and defensive linemen Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy have all been ruled out. But on the bright side, running back Kenneth Walker III will return after sitting out the last 2 weeks with an oblique injury. Head coach Mike McDonald says Walker can give the offense the spark it needs, along with backup running back Zach Charbonnet.
It's kind of the duo that you've had all offseason and how you've envisioned our offense operating. And then, you know, if one guy goes down, then, you know, guys like Kenny McIntosh step up and can take those roles. But we're kind of back to business as usual that we've had, before the last couple weeks.
And you can catch the game at 5:15 tonight right here on KXLY. Stay tuned after the game for a special edition of 4 News Now. Washington State suffered its first loss of the season. The Cougars fell to the Boise State Broncos 45-24 on Saturday. WSU had no answer for that man, running back Ashton Jeanty, who ran for 259 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now the Cougs will head into the bye week with a lot to improve on.
I just thought this whole game we pressed right from the get-go. And it was like, guys, I told them at halftime, settle down. Every little mistake, everything we did was just, we were pressing. And I think John did that right before the half. That was kind of the exclamation point of our first half. We just never settled into the game. I thought we just didn't play the way we're capable of playing, and that's on me, and I got to get better.
The Cougs are off next weekend. They return to action at Fresno State on October 12th. And Spokane Zephyr ended in a 2-2 draw against DC Power. Spokane returns home for a Sunday matchup against Dallas Trinity FC next weekend. That's a 2 o'clock start at One Spokane Stadium. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
Cougars just couldn't get it done this weekend, but at least it was a good game to watch. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:27. Tomorrow night, the candidates for vice president will go head-to-head on the debate stage. After the break, Hannah Joy has what we can expect from the debate and how you can tune in. Plus, 2 teens arrested over the weekend for pulling a weapon or threatening to pull a weapon at a gas station clerk. What police said led up to this altercation, that's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Let go of your butts.
I'm back, y'all.
Are you ready? We're ready.
We can't wait. Showtime.
I am a single mom with 3 kids. Helping the cops solve a murder is literally the easiest part of my day.
What is she supposed to do?
Spot the things my detectives miss.
Ta-da!
I'm not here to replace Dad, but it's time for me to do something for myself.
I'm ready to find the next love of my life.
The ship is heaven. It's your job to keep everybody alive.
1, 2, clear.
I have a pulse.
Amanda was lying.
Why would somebody fake cancer?
Here we go.
Let's go! What's with all the pomp and circumstance?
That's the one thing you don't want to miss.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. It is Monday, September 30th. Welcome to your last day of September. Robin has the morning off. Let's start things off with Mark Peterson here and a look at our first alert forecast. Still about 15 or so minutes away from sunrise.
Yeah, but we do see, again, the makings of a sunrise, if you will. And not a lot of haze in the air. The winds yesterday not only brought the dust, but cleared our air out. Air quality is good. We're sitting at 35 degrees, winds to 7 miles an hour, and that's what we're going to be seeing throughout today. The 4 things we want you to know. Possible frost out there, certainly to the north and some of the protected valleys. It's going to get warmer after today. Very dry week ahead, and we're going to see more sunshine this week. Clear sky with a freeze warning and freeze watches in the light blue along I-90 all the way through Moses Lake, Wenatchee, into Omak. But it's cold to the north and to the east, also south of us. 26 into Deer Park. It's 29 into Spangle, with temperatures along the I-90 corridor in the upper 30s and around 40 degrees. So chilly, no doubt about it. Here is your forecast for the day. We're going to have sunshine, a few high thin clouds, and our high today a below average 62 degrees.
Those jackets out as you're heading out the door. Thanks, Mark. With only 36 days left until the presidential election, vice presidential candidates Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz are gearing up for tomorrow night's only VP debate. Hannah Joyce at the Breaking Now desk for us this morning. And Hannah, can you break down the details of what exactly is supposed to happen at this debate?
Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz will have 90 minutes of debate time to prepare. Walz is watching videos of Vance and holding mock sessions with Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg playing as the senator. The plan is to hammer Vance over Project 2025. Meanwhile, Vance is having mock debates with Representative Tom Emmer. Emmer has been studying Walz's debate style. The senator plans to challenge Walz's image as Minnesota's governor. Similar to the presidential debate, there will be no audience for opening statements. As of now, no props or pre-written notes will be allowed on the stage. And CBS News is reserving the right to turn off candidate microphones. But recently, Walz was asked how debate prep was going.
Is debate prep going well?
Going great. The Walz team says the goal is to focus on the future. However, Vance is on a mission to prove why former President Donald Trump is the best candidate.
Governor Walz and I are going to debate the issues that matter to the American people. And what I'm going to try to show is very simple, that the candidacy, the team of substance, the team that actually has a record that we're proud of instead of we're running away from, and the team that actually has a plan is the team of Trump-Vance.
Each candidate will get 2 minutes to answer a question, followed by a 2-minute rebuttal from the other candidate. Lights will then indicate time left in response. After arguments, each candidate will have 2 minutes for closing statements. Tomorrow's debate will be moderated by Nora O'Donnell and Margaret Brennan. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks so much. And again, that debate is happening right here. You can watch that debate right here tomorrow night. It starts at 5 o'clock. Coverage begins at 5 o'clock right here on ABC. And of course, we'll have updates throughout the night on 4 News Now. An 89-year-old man driving the wrong way down I-90 killed a Spokane Valley driver near Sprague early Saturday morning. Washington State Patrol says 89-year-old Lloyd Aubar was driving east in the westbound lanes of I-90 when he crashed into 61-year-old Craig Rickard. Now, Rickard was pronounced dead at the scene. Aubar was taken to the hospital for injuries. The crash is under investigation, and it's not clear at this point if he'll face any charges. 2 teens arrested for a robbery at a gas station in Spokane Valley Wednesday night. It happened at the Pronto Plus gas station around 5:30. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says the 17-year-old suspect told the employee he had a gun when they refused to sell him a vape. When deputies tased the suspect when he refused to reveal whether or not he had a weapon, then a second suspect, a 15-year-old male, was detained moments later. Both teenagers charged with first-degree robbery. They have been booked into the Spokane County Juvenile Justice Center. In Rathdrum on Friday, 2 people were arrested for suspected drug trafficking. This is according to the Rathdrum Police Department. Here is a picture of what officers say they found during the investigation. You can see meth, drug paraphernalia, and more than $62,000 in cash. The driver, Benjamin Barnhart of Spirit Lake, was arrested for trafficking drugs, possessing drug paraphernalia with the intent to use. Now, the passenger, Sarah Mallett from Newport, was arrested for possessing a controlled substance with the intent to deliver and outstanding felony fugitive warrants out of Washington. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:34. Checking back in with Mark Peterson here as you're heading out to the bus stop. You're going to want a layer.
You're going to need it. The kids are going to need it. If you're going to wait for a bus to get to work, you too. It's just one of those things. It's just, we got to get ready these colder mornings.
I know.
And we're going to be in the 30s. We're going to warm up. Today is going to be the coolest day of the week. That's the good news. We have sunshine that's going to be out today. It will look warmer than it will get. We'll have a full check of the forecast coming up.
Bus route uncertainty in Moses Lake when some parents and students can hear if they'll have a ride to school this morning. That's next. And before we go to a break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, bracing for a strike.
When my men hit the streets, from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down.
With negotiations at a standstill between the Longshoremen's Union and the Shipping Industry Group, 14 ports along the east and Gulf coasts from Boston to Houston could halt operations at midnight tonight, unable to load cargo on or off container ships. A prolonged strike could result in delayed shipping times and higher costs for businesses like this toy store in Maryland, ahead of the critical holiday shopping season.
A strike could totally hurt the business for the year. The store gets kind of a whole transformation from Christmas time.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the latest on what President Biden is saying about if he'll get involved to avert a strike. With your GMA First Look, I'm Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Baltimore.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis and who are anti-AChR antibody positive, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living. It is reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris can lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal, and other types of infections. Complete or update your meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before starting Ultomiris. If Ultomiris is urgent, you should also receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Before starting Ultomiris, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions and medications. Ultomiris can cause reactions such as back pain, tiredness, dizziness, limb discomfort, or bad taste. Ultomiris is moving forward with continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
It's a vintage show like no other. Custer's 49th Annual Fall Antique and Vintage Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Dealers from across the Northwest will be selling everything from rare to retro. With thousands of unique items and so much variety, the fun is in the find. Single day admission, $8. Tickets on sale now at CusterShows.com. Custer's Fall Antique and Vintage Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Presented by Jim Custer Enterprises.
Deer Unleashed. No one knows the feeling of freedom quite the way you do. But damned if we don't come really, really close. Let's break the chain. Yours, Tundra.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Tundra for just $499 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
We just want to give all of you and you a huge shout out to say thank you.
Yes, we love sharing our moments with all of you. It's an honor.
TV's #1 entertainment talk show has everyone talking. You guys are so great together. Entertaining, hilarious, and so fun to watch.
You and I have something in common. Both own football clubs. And ulcers.
Funniest couple since Lucy and Ricky. I am positive that you're both soulmates for sure.
Do you think we're soulmates?
Yes.
I do too.
I also think that you think that Lena is your soulmate. Look at how happy you are thinking about Lena.
Best smiles on TV. Always enjoy Kelly's snoring stories. Another great show. No wonder they won the Emmy. They're the best we got on TV.
Okay, now I'm blushing.
Thanks for all the love.
We promise to bring you more of what you love.
That's right.
Weekdays at 9 on KXLY ABC4.
Harris Walz, Trump Vance. Now this Tuesday night, with just weeks to go until Election Day, the vice presidential candidates face each other and face off. Tim Walz, J.D. Vance, the vice presidential debate. The night starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, live with the ABC News event special, The Race for the White House, with David Muir and the ABC News Powerhouse political team. Tuesday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:40. Well, this morning, Moses Lake families received word on whether or not the bus would be picking their kids up for school. A school bus driver shortage in the district means parents may be needing to find other forms of transportation starting today. So here's what we know so far about these temporary route cancellations. According to a Facebook post from the Moses Lake School District, each morning, parents will be notified before 5:30 as to whether or not their child's bus route has been canceled. These cancellations will impact both the morning and afternoon routes, but buses for special education will not be affected. The district is currently looking for more bus drivers and substitutes. We're tracking some breaking news overnight. A fire at a Georgia chemical plant yesterday is forcing evacuations, road closures, and shelter-in-place advisories. It started on the roof of BioLab in Connors, which is just 30 miles east of Atlanta. A malfunctioning sprinkler head apparently came in contact with a water-reactive chemical, creating this plume of fire and smoke. Although the fire is now out, smoke may be visible now for several days. Air quality surveys detected harmful irritant chlorine emitting from the facility.
In our 10-second takeaway on this Monday morning, it's going to be sunny. It's going to be cool. We're there on both accounts. You'll need a warm layer today. And then the sunglasses, because, yeah, we're not going to see a lot of clouds. Our high today, just 62.
Well, this morning we want to introduce you to this sensation that is Choi Soon-hwa. She's at 80 years old, the oldest contestant to reach the finals for Miss Universe Korea. Choi used to be a full-time medical caregiver, and it was actually one of her patients who told her she needed to become a model. Choi and 31 others are vying for the chance to compete at this year's Miss Universe pageant in Mexico. It's the first year Miss Universe has dropped the age limits, paving the way for Choi to enter. So awesome. Can't wait to see how she does. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:42. Now, for months now, we've been dealing with major construction frustrations all over town. And this morning, Allison Martinez is live with an update.
We're giving you an update on the projects that are still underway and letting you know what projects are now completed coming up here on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Every fire season is more intense than the last, but Initiative 2117 will cut programs to prevent wildfires at a time we can't afford to. 2117 goes against everything we do. Vote no on 2117. It's a bad deal for Washington.
Take a journey through the magical stories of Frozen 2, Aladdin, and more at Disney on Ice presents Magic in the Stars. Coming to Spokane Arena October 18th through 20th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today.
This October, it's time for monsters, madness, and
pumpkin spice lattes.
No! It's time for Svengoolie's Halloween Bonanza on MeTV. A full month of ghoulish goodies, including the return of Svengoolie double features and the premiere of the all-new House of Svengoolie.
We're bringing the thunder.
Plus spooky late-night benches and more all October long.
Svengoolie's Bonanza on MeTV 4.2.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time, so we can get you back up and running fast. Call or book online today.
You see the look on his face? Hilarious.
I know how you feel. Because I was right here.
My biggest fear was on that.
Always waiting for me.
but I knew I was never alone.
And I would get through it because people care.
So walk right in.
Get back on.
Step right up. And to everyone who sees anyone bullying, don't just watch. Act.
Together, we can put an end to bullying.
You can learn more at disney.com/choose-kindness.
For us, protecting the land means everything. It's our homestead and legacy. But Initiative 2117 puts our air and water at risk, and cuts to transportation funding will make it harder to move products. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:45. Summer may be over, but construction season certainly is not. 40 Spokane construction projects are now finished, but there are still a few others continuing to cause some headaches for drivers out there. And 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live this morning in downtown Spokane to give us an update on the city's biggest projects that you're still seeing on your commutes out there. Good morning, Allison.
That's right. Good morning. I'm joined by Kirsten Davis today. She is a communication manager for the city of Spokane. You can hear it. It's a little rowdy out here this morning. You can see right behind us one of your main construction zones throughout the summer, the Washington-Stevens corridor. What's the update on this project?
Right. So we have the concrete laid on the bridge. That bridge needed repair, needed those joints looked at, and a little bit more work than we were anticipating. But that's done. And now we're working on hopefully getting one southbound lane open here in the next week or so, and just working on those curb ramps. Sometimes people don't understand what it takes to do that curb work and how it has to really reduce those lanes. So that's going to come through the rest of the construction season.
Absolutely, and we'll keep you updated on that as we get closer and closer, of course. All areas of Spokane really saw some projects in the works for the past couple of weeks. Can you tell us some of those big projects that are now completed?
Sure. So 29th on the South Hill was challenging, especially going through that Lincoln Heights, shopping center area. But that's done, and it's interesting to me how quickly people forget how bad it was as soon as it's done. But that's great. We had Market Street going. That northeast area of Spokane has been really challenging for folks this year because of the different projects. You have Bigelow Gulch happening, you have the North Spokane corridor work happening, and then us getting that Market Street ready for that traffic. So that's been really challenging for people.
Absolutely. So happy to check off one of those projects happening over there, at least with Market Street.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us and for this update. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Just have patience and remember that if things were worse, they are getting better. We'll get there, I promise.
It's going to be better. It's going to get colder. I turn our attention back to, again, Coats for Kids. We started off in the fair time. Now we're looking to have you go through your closet. Certainly it's cold enough, you are, and so as you find those coats that maybe are out of style or the kids have outgrown them, gather them up and drop them off. You can start doing that tomorrow. And of course, we have more on KXLY.com. 26 currently in Deer Park. So please tell me you're looking for a jacket for that young one and for yourself. 30 into Spangle, 26 into Cheney. Spirit Lake, you're at 25, but temperatures above freezing, but not by much. Spokane International, our official temperature right now, 35 degrees, 40 into the valley. Air quality is good, expecting it to stay that way all day today. Sunny and cool today, 62 degrees. Winds are going to be light, less than 10 miles an hour. So it's going to be nice as that cold front came in. We were in the mid-80s on Saturday, and then, of course, the 60s yesterday. 41 will be our overnight low, so it's going to be clear and cool again tomorrow. But again, around the region, 27 into Colville, 31 into Ritzville, 43 as you get into the LC Valley. They will not go past 79 today, it doesn't look like. Satellite and radar, that front moves all the way through Montana, now into the Dakotas. So it was a fast mover. That's why we had so much wind. Winds in excess of 40 miles an hour at the Spokane International Airport. For today, variable clouds. We're going to see maybe a few scattered showers right along the Canadian line. That's going to be for tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to be cloud cover coming across us, but a little warmer air coming in as well. Low 60s all over the place. You're going to have, Sandpoint at 59, 60 into Pullman, and 65 into Moses Lake. So, yeah, it's a cool system. Tomorrow, 71. Wednesday and Thursday, an average high for this time of year, 67 degrees, mostly sunny, really looking good. Overnight lows down to 40, warming to low to mid 70s for next weekend, and that is going to be sweet. We can get some stuff done before the real cold weather comes in.
Yeah, this is like a nice ease into it here. Not too bad, but kind of gets the gears moving in that direction. All right, thanks, Mark. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49. Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks so much for starting your day with us right here on Good Morning Northwest. The sunrise just keeps being beautiful today. The sun is officially up. We'll see you after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. I can take real good care of you. See? All taken care of. Works perfectly for you, right?
It's important that you're taken care of properly. At Craig Swap & Associates, we don't get paid until you win.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
Visit Harry Ritchie's in Coeur d'Alene to sell your valuables at our 3-day only buying event from October 1st to October 3rd. Bring in your gold, silver, fine jewelry, diamonds, coins and currency, and more to receive a no-obligation offer and immediate payment. No appointment necessary. For more information and a full list of what we buy, go to nationalrarities.com.
You're a storyteller, negotiator, artist, innovator. Whatever your passion, whatever your skills, behind the scenes or in front, you belong here. A career in broadcast media. Local radio and TV stations in every town and city need someone like you. So do what you love and bring your talent to life. Make a difference in your community. Your passion, your skills, your career. You belong here.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time. Our trucks are rolling warehouses, so we can get you back up and running fast. Need a new door? We do that too. And right now, get a new garage door, Wi-Fi opener, and remote combo installed for as low as $34 per month and up to $500 in cashback savings. Call or book online today.
I want you to know where I stand on abortion.
Where Dave Reichert stands is clear. He spent over a decade working to take away abortion rights. In Congress, Reichert repeatedly voted for a national abortion ban and against exceptions, and time after time voted to defund Planned Parenthood. Now, Reichert says as governor, he'll work toward unraveling protections for abortion access here. Reichert is really wrong for Washington.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Time right now is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the morning sprint. Mark Peterson is here with some cooler temperatures on the horizon. Allison Martinez is live in downtown to give us an update on Spokane's biggest construction projects. And Hannah Joy is in studio with updates on tomorrow's vice presidential debate. But first, the seasons are changing here in the inland Northwest. But when it comes to fire danger, we're not out of the woods just yet. Yesterday's windstorm was a great reminder. Interim Chief Nathan Jeffries of Spokane County Fire District 9 tells us that as those cold fronts move into our area near the end of the summer, it creates high wind events, amplifying fire danger. And on days like yesterday, Jeffries says to hold off starting a fire, even if you think it's controllable. And amid the windstorm, a fire did spark near Otis Orchards. It started near the town, or north rather, of Towan on Malvern Road and Joseph Avenue. Now, the Spokane Valley Fire Department stopped that fire after it had burned around 5 to 7 acres. Thankfully, no structures were lost or damaged. Well, we've been keeping an eye on the Goosemas fire that's still burning between Big Goosemas Road and Danville in Berry County. It started on Wednesday and has burned more than 1,700 acres. Crews have completely lined that fire.
All right, much less wind today in our first alert weather, but we are starting off relatively cold with a freeze warning or a freeze watch in effect till 8 a.m. And then things are going to warm up above that. So we're seeing, again, those cold temperatures. Look at Deer Park at 26 degrees, 26 also into Cheney, and you're just above freezing in Hayden. Our day today, yeah, we're going to get up to 62 degrees, which is below average, but it will be sunny.
29 City of Spokane employees received notice that they would be laid off. Mayor Lisa Brown's office saying that these are not official terminations, but advance notice that these positions may be eliminated. The city says there are multiple factors that will determine if these people get laid off. That includes the outcome of union negotiations, if the proposed community safety sales tax is approved, and the city's final budget, which is set to be approved by the city council at the end of this year.
This morning, I'm on Spokane Falls Boulevard to give you an update on all things construction. There are a few major projects still in the works at this point of the season. Behind me is the Washington-Stevens corridor. You can see we have closures for that, at least for the next few weeks here, though. Next week, the city is hoping that they'll be able to open one southbound lane. Now, there is some good news. Several big projects are now finished, including 29th Avenue on the South Hill, Market Street, North Monroe, and the Thor Freya intersections. For more details on all of the construction projects happening right now in Spokane, you can head to our website, kxly.com.
And speaking of construction, a heads up to drivers in Pend Oreille County. You'll need to anticipate some delays on your commute today. These delays are happening on Lost Creek Bridge on State Route 20, about 5 miles south of Tiger. WashDOT will be making repairs to the bridge, so lanes will be closed and a temporary traffic signal will be placed at each end starting at 10 a.m. Now, this construction is expected to go until Friday, October 11th. An 89-year-old man driving the wrong way on I-90 killed a Spokane Valley driver near Sprague Saturday morning. Washington State Patrol says 89-year-old Lloyd Arbaugh was driving east in the westbound lanes of I-90 when he crashed into 61-year-old Craig Rickert. Now, he was pronounced dead at the scene. Arbaugh was then taken to the hospital for injuries. The crash is under investigation, and it's not clear if he'll be facing charges at this point. Well, Moses Lake families were notified early this morning whether or not the bus would be there to pick up their kids for school. According to a Facebook post from the Moses Lake School District, each morning parents are going to be notified before 5:30 as to whether or not their child's bus route has been canceled. Buses for special education will not be impacted. 2 teenagers arrested for a robbery at a gas station in Spokane Valley Wednesday evening. It happened at the Pronto Plus gas station around 5:30. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says the 17-year-old suspect told the employee he had a gun when they refused to sell him a vape. When deputies then tased the suspect, when he refused to reveal whether or not he actually had that weapon. A second suspect, a 15-year-old male, was detained moments later, and both teenagers were charged with first-degree robbery.
Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz are gearing up for tomorrow night's only VP debate. VP candidates will have 90 minutes of debate time, and to prepare, Walz is watching videos of Vance and holding mock debates with Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Meanwhile, Vance is holding mock sessions with Representative Tom Emmer.
And we do want to remind you that you can watch that debate right here on ABC. Coverage starts at 5 o'clock.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Are you a daredevil who drives on empty to see if you can make it? At Numerica, you'll find money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to NeuroStim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
It's crunch time for the 4 News Now sports team.
High school and college football season.
Covering the kids you know and the teams you love.
Local players, local fans, inspirational athletes, and in-depth analysis.
Catch the 4 News Now sports team every night.
We had a warm Saturday, a very windy, dusty Sunday, and today, tiny amount of haze, blue sky. Temperature's going to warm up again only to 62 degrees. Today, 67 is a normal high for this time of year. So we're going to get to average. We're going to hang out there through the middle of the week, 71 tomorrow, and then looking for 70 on Friday. Maybe more importantly, if you're already trying to get ready for fall and winter preps, next weekend looking really good. Also for soccer and football, we're going to have 72 on Saturday, and Sunday's going to be 74. So today, grab a coat. It is chilly outside. We have temperatures in the 20s around our region.
Hey, thanks so much for sticking with us right here on Good Morning Northwest throughout the morning. We will see you throughout the day on Good Morning America. It starts right now.